So, this is Chris, Delta Lima 1 Charlie Romeo, and I try to explain in my broken English some details of my newest rig. It's a Spota 1 transceiver. It has only one band, it has only one frequency. It's crystal tuned, and it runs out of 8 volt from 2 batteries. The antenna on the right is a telescopic antenna, 1.2 meters long. And this antenna doesn't work well if you have no counterpoise on this antenna, and so you need a line, maybe some cable or something like this, and this line must be 4.5 meter long. And with the loading coil here on this place, that's switchable, you can extend one part of this quarter wave dipole to the extend it to a second part. So with the coil and this telescopic antenna, you have a nearly full-size dipole on the band, on the air. To tune this this antenna, you need the information about the current that's flow through the antenna. I don't need any SVR. I only need the current, and I'd use this current transformer to do it. There's one line in the core that's running through to the core, to the turret, and there are 20 or 30 I don't know, 30 windings on the secondary, and that brings up the voltage of this one line here up to a voltage that's enough to let a red LED glow. Okay, you have to cut up the other half wave with a diode. Then you have a relay to switch between receiving and transmitting. This is a relay. Then you have a filter to cut up the harmonics. The transmitter runs out of a very simple switch FET IRF510, maybe you know it. It's we call it unkaputtbar. You cannot destroy it on any condition. It will not lose his heels because it's very robust. And to the preamp of this FET is thing that comes from the computer technology, from bus systems, earlier times, and I use 4 of these gates parallel, so I can have much power to switch this transistor, and the generator. The oscillator of this crystal-driven oscillator is one of these gates here on the side. So then you have here the power supply. Here at the battery you have a regulator for the internal receiver. And this brings me to the receiving part. The receiving part is a direct mixer. Starting with a resonance, how do you call it? Schwingkreis. I don't know. Sorry, you know what I mean. To this part, and then I go to this this mixer. This very well known. Maybe in the KH1, it's as well as one of these parts here. You have a crystal-driven oscillator, and then you are on the lower side of the frequency. You are on the low frequency, on the audio frequency. In this part here, there's a operation amp to bring it up to 20 millivolt effect, 20 millivolt audio, and then you have a very simple but working CW filter that lowers the higher frequency on the audio very much, so you have a very narrow sound in this rig. On the end, here's an output part. Maybe I can get 0.5 watts out of this. It's very loud, and I try to use a big speaker on my rigs later, because it's important to have a good audio on the summit sometimes when the wind is blowing. And there's an AGC part here. I took the audio and I transform it to a DC current and bring it back to the input of this. I don't have. Yeah, here you can see it here. You bring it back to the input of this amplifier and lower the amplification when there's so much output. So sorry for my broken English. I hope you understand a little bit about this, and I hope to hear you again soon. And if you don't see us on the band, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Delta Lima 1 Charlie Romeo.